A very good morning to all of you. So today I am going to take the remaining portions from the lesson Keeping Diseases at Bay. So let's begin today's class. Yes. So in last class we discussed about many types of diseases, contagious disease and non-contagious disease, and who all are the carriers of these diseases, and we also learned how to prevent the multiplication of mosquitoes. So this all we discussed in the previous classes. So today we are going to discuss about the prevention of transmission of diseases. What are the precautions? What should we do to prevent this transmission of diseases? And in last class I have told you that there are mainly factors, that is living factors and non-living factors, which is responsible for the spread of diseases. I hope you remember that. So living factors like houseflies, mosquitoes, rats, and non-living factors like food, water, air. So through mosquitoes, how can we take the precautions through mosquitoes? As we have discussed in the last class, that is, you can use mosquito nets, you can use mosquito bat to kill the mosquitoes. Then you should not allow the water to get stagnant in one place. Don't allow the water to get accumulated in one place. And also don't allow the water to remain in the thrown away vessels like tubes, flower pots, clay pots, buckets, broken buckets. Don't allow the water to remain there. Whenever you see that, you have to throw it outside. So these are the precautions we can take for preventing the diseases through mosquitoes. Now, through house flies, you have to always keep the food materials in a closed container. Keep the houses and the surroundings clean. Do not put waste in the open places. If you put waste in the open places, there are chances for the house flies to sit on it and spread the diseases. So we can avoid that. Now through food and water, through food, always you have to keep the food in a closed container and drink only boiled cooled water. Boil it and then cool it and drink it. Okay, and do not eat stale food. That is the food which is sold in the roadside. Do not use that. Do not eat that type of food which is sold on the roadsides. Then through air, whenever we are having a cough or a sneeze, we have to cover our mouth and nose while sneezing and coughing. And do not split in public places. So by this way you can prevent a lot of diseases. And through contact also, don't keep a close physical association with the patient. Always keep distance. Don't touch whatever things he has touched. Don't touch it, but it doesn't mean that we must hurt the patient. Without hurting the patient, we must keep a distance between that patient. So these are the ways, these are the different ways through which the precautions can be taken to prevent the transmission of diseases. Now we can talk about microorganisms. We know that microorganisms are the agents for causing diseases. In last class we have discussed that. But there are some microorganisms which do not harm us. It is useful to us. So let's see the benefits of some microorganisms. Microorganisms helps to change the milk into curd, lactic acid, that is lactic acid bacteria. They will help to change the milk into curd. Then it also helps in the fermentation of rice batter, so that you can make dosha and idli and all. So it is useful in the fermentation of rice batter. Then there are some organic waste like animal waste, plant waste, okay, kitchen waste, which always gets mixed and get decayed in the soil, and they are decomposed by certain bacteria, and it provides nutrients for the plants to grow. So the bacteria will convert this organic waste into nutrients, and which is essential for the plants to grow. And there are certain bacteria called Rhizobium and Acetobacter. They are nitrogen fixing bacteria. They are called nitrogen fixing bacteria, Rhizobium and Acetobacter. What they will do means they will convert the nitrogen from the atmosphere into nitrogen salts, because plants cannot directly absorb the nitrogen from the atmosphere, as they can absorb the oxygen and carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, but plants cannot absorb nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. So what happens, children? This bacteria will help them to get the nitrogen, help the plants to get nitrogen. They will convert the nitrogen from the atmosphere into nitrogenous salts, and they will mix up with the soil, and so that it is useful for the plants to grow. Then some microorganisms are used in the industries of milk, for purification of the milk, that is called pasteurization. For processing of jute, tobacco and leather industry also microorganisms are used. And microorganisms are also used in the field of medicines. So see, children, how useful the microorganisms are. So these are the benefits of microorganisms. Now next, when we get a disease, how do we get a disease? See, when we are born, we have a immunity to fight against the disease. That is called innate immunity. We have an immunity in ourselves which helps to fight against the diseases. When we are born itself only, it is there in our body. But this immunity is not the same for all the people. As we grow older and older, this innate immunity will become weaker and weaker. So they will not be able to resist the microorganisms which enter our body. They will not be able to fight against that. So as a result, the person gets sick. So in such cases, in small babies also, sometimes the innate immunity will be very weak. So in such cases, we will give them artificial immunity, which we will call as injections, and that is called as vaccination. So there are many types of vaccination, like BCG we are giving for tuberculosis to resist against the tuberculosis. Then we are giving DPT, that is diphtheria and tetanus. Diphtheria, tetanus, typhoid, this all will go with this DPT. Then MMR, measles, mumps, rubella, okay, and polio virus. This polio, for polio vaccine will be given to the small children, and there is dosage also, and measles is given, okay. and also tetanus TT. Tetanus is also given. So these are the various kinds of injections, vaccinations we are giving as an artificial immunity for the children and for the adults also. And there is another vaccine called pentavalent, which is for diphtheria, whooping cough, typhoid, everything, and hepatitis for jaundice. There is a vaccine for jaundice which is called hepatitis vaccine. So these are the artificial immunity we give to the children. Now talking about the hygiene habits. There are two types of hygiene habits. One is the personal hygiene and other is the social hygiene. Personal hygiene means, as we have already know, that we should wash our mouth before and after eating the meal. Mouth and hands also we have to wash before and after eating the meal. And we should bath twice in a day, morning and evening. We should brush the teeth twice in the morning and at night. And we wear clean clothes. Always keep the food materials in closed containers. Keep the surroundings and the houses clean. And always wash your hands with soap and water after going to the toilet. So these are some of the personal hygiene we have to follow. Similarly, social hygiene is also as important as personal hygiene. You should not throw waste into the public places. Don't dump the waste into the public places. Keep the surroundings clean. You can separate the waste if you want, those which can be decomposed and those which cannot be decomposed. You can separate them, and you can reuse also those which cannot be decomposed, like plastics, cloth and all. You can recycle and use it again. And which can be decomposed, you can mix it with the soil so that it provides nutrients for the plants to grow. So instead of dumping the waste, you can do these activities. So this is about social hygiene. So this is about today's topic, children. Today we have discussed about how to prevent the transmission of diseases, what are the precautions we have to take, then how microorganisms are useful to us. Then we have learned about vaccination and some hygiene habits. So this is about today's topic. Hope you have understood this topic. Read the textbook thoroughly, children. So see you during the class discussion time. Bye.